Regidrago was introduced in Generation 8, but didn't have the strongest competitive splash, mainly because of the factor of all the fairy types running around with the Tapus. Tapu Fini prevented it from sweeping with the Misty Terrain, weakening the Dragon type moves, alongside Zacian being very popular in the restricted format. However, it is able to do a lot of damage in Generation 9 with some new buffs, including Earth Power and access to Terastallization. We're going to be trying out this Regidrago with Gholdengo with Make It Rain to cover for the fairy types that got 3rd place in an online tour and see how it performs. This is a very fast offensive team featuring some powerful spread moves in Regidrago and Gholdengo. The idea of the team is simple: to dish out a lot of damage using Make It Rain Choice Specs Gholdengo and Dragon Energy Regidrago to really plow through your opponent's team with Follow Me, support from Indy, and Tailwind Tornadus. The Sneasler with the Psychic Seed can surprise players with Fake Out if led next to Gholdengo or Regidrago with no Indy support. Take advantage of the Unburden and Psychic Seed when the Indy switches in, and Dire Claw to help out against Fluttermane that can threaten any Tera Fairies that could affect the Regidrago from sweeping. Landis Fairies also there for Intimidate and U-turn support, as well as Rock Tomb to help out the Gholdengo and Regidrago. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description. Grimmsnarl, Hisuian Goodra, Landis Fairy, Amoonguss, Spectrier, and Galarian Moltres. Okay, screens. Not exactly what you want to face here if you're me, but I do think this is pretty acceptable. I do like the idea of just the Sneasler off the bat. I think it does a lot of work here. I think it's fantastic. I like the Gholdengo straight up. It just does a good amount. And in the back, this is confusing because I don't know if I really want Indy. Indy doesn't do that much. This is kind of tricky. I can trick the Hisuian Goodra, so I'm not like too worried about it. I do want to bring Regidrago for sure. Do I want Landorus? Landorus is a good switch to their own Landorus, which could be beneficial. I could see myself bringing Torn. Torn can do some decent damage as well, but I am kind of liking the Landorus for repositioning, so I think I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. No Indy is kind of concerning for me because I like the Follow Me a lot, and Helping Hand is also, of course, like really solid, but I don't think it's necessary against this team. We'll see how this We'll see how this team goes. However, I'm not too sure of what they're leading here. I really don't. Whether it's going to be the Landorus, if they're going to lead immediately. Grim, if they lead, I can go for the Fake Out, Make It Rain. We're going to see the Grimmsnarl and Goodra immediately. So I wonder if they would try to cover the trick or not, because I could go for Fake Out into the Grimmsnarl. I'd imagine on screens you're just going to be the standard set of the, what's it called? I'd imagine you're going to be a standard set of like Light Clay. So I think I can just go for a Make It Rain and a Fake Out. They don't have good switches to this combination, and I'm very happy about just going for this play. The Goodra just can't do much, even if it sets up. Like, what are you really doing against these Pokemon? I resist a Body Press. The Heavy Slam's not doing too much damage. We're gonna see the Grimmsnarl actually retreat here, so I wonder if it's Protect Goodra. Galarian Moltres coming out is fine. I do a lot of damage to the Moltres with Choice Specs Make It Rain, and then it's probably in like close combat or Dire Claw range. They protect the Scout for the trick, so this ends up working out perfectly. I get a lot of damage into Galarian Moltres just immediately with the Make It Rain and the Fake Out. So really strong turn. We will go for the Make It Rain. How much damage are we doing to the Galarian Moltres? Pretty good amount of damage, a very solid amount. I can go for a Dire Claw, or I can go for close combat. Let's see, are you a Citrus Berry like we've seen commonly? Gonna be that Citrus Berry set. Okay, I want to be surprised the Galarian Moltres is super bulky, so I'm going to go for a close combat and a Galarian Moltres, and I think I'm just going to go for a Make It Rain and just dish out as much damage as I possibly can onto their team. I don't want a Tera because I don't want to be vulnerable to the Body Press. I think Landorus would switch in if the Goodra is switching out. Yep, like I think Goodra was switching out. Landorus probably coming in. Or Grimmsnarl. That's fine too. I get a free close comment and Make It Rain, so I think this is pretty strong here. If I do get the KO on Galarian Moltres with the close combat. Just missed a knockout barely. Are you faster though with the Galarian Moltres? That's the question. Because that Galarian Moltres seems pretty bulky. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be able to outspeed my Gholdengo if it was able to live the close combat. That's definitely a lot of bulk investment. So I am just able to like brute force the Galarian Moltres, which is fantastic. The Grimmsnarl in a very tough position right now. And yeah, we've taken a lot of damage, a knockout, absolutely incredible. Let's see if it's maybe like their Landorus coming in. Gonna be their Goodra come in. All right. So Goodra's gonna come in. I'm okay with just going for a Dire Claw into the Grimmsnarl and just going out into Regidrago here. I think I'd want to go Regidrago because I want to save Intimidate if I can with my own Landers, which I think is completely fine. I don't know if they're going to... I don't think you would protect a Goodra at this point. I think you're probably just going to attack, which is fine. Maybe you Tera here, and we are actually going to see Tera. So we get to scout for the Tera, which is actually like really, really nice. We get to find out what Tera type you are for the... Okay, so you're water type. Okay, that's really good information to note. Because water typing doesn't really impact much of this game at all, other than like I'm not hitting it with strong or close combat. They go for a parting shot to lower the damage output of my Sneasler, which is absolutely fine here. Because Dire Claw, 50% chance to get like some stupid status on whatever's coming in. I also can Dire Claw the Goodra if I wanted the following turn. So Landorus is going to be revealing itself here. All right. Excellent, excellent. So I am going to be able to get Dire Claw off. I also don't have to worry about Tera Landorus doing like a huge amount of damage. Here comes a Dire Claw and a Landorus. Not much damage at all. Status? Very nice paralysis. Very nice paralysis right there. Acid Armor going to be set up from the Goodra. But you know what? We have a Tera ourselves. I'm going to Dire Claw the Goodra. I'm going to... Actually, do I want to Dire Claw the Goodra? I kind of want to Dire Claw the Landorus because I could see the... you know what? I'm going to Dire Claw the Landorus. I'm going to go for my Tera Dragon Energy into this slot because, yeah, we can cover for the Grimmsnarl and a Protect from Goodra, which is kind of what I suspected was coming out here. And the reason I expected this was because I could have doubled into Goodra, but the thing is, I'm expecting like Protect and try to get Light Screen up because like Dragon Energy would just like nuke the Landers anyway. So I had a feeling that it was like very likely they switch, and if not, like I still get like a pretty powerful Dragon Energy off into my opponent's side of the field. So regardless, like this ends up working out perfectly. Where I see the Goodra, yep, does go for the Protect. They were trying to get the Light Screen, but I'm not letting every positioning. I'm not letting every positioning happen. So Dire Claw going to come out into the Grimmsnarl. Does just obliterate that Grimmsnarl. Absolutely beautiful. And then Dragon Energy is going to fail into this Protect right here. However, we have really gotten the damage that we have really needed to. Now I can just go for a Dire Claw and a Goodra. Maybe just get like another, you know, stupid status onto the Goodra, and Dragon Energy is looking really tough for them to actually come through. I don't think they actually can come through because the Landers... Let's see. Are you Protect Landers? Because you need Protect Landers so you can actually live a Gholdengo hit, but I can also trick the Goodra. It's just like really rough for you at this point. Let's go for the Dragon Energy and just blow up. They actually did have Protect, so they could have protected. Okay, but that's fine. The Goodra just can't knock out the... Oh, wait, that's not Shell Armor? What? Why are you not Shell Armor Hisuian Goodra? That's like the benefit of using it, but okay. A Dragon Energy blows up the team. I think even if the case is like that Tera Dragon, I don't know if it knocks out Hisuian Goodra, just because, you know, it has really high special defense, but it would have done enough damage. I think then they would be like really low. They can't pick up knockouts regardless, and I'm still in a really strong position at the end because I still have my Gholdengo, which is really healthy. I can switch out my Sneasler to reset the Intimidates. Like I felt like I was in a very comfortable position regardless. Like it was really hard, I think, for them to come back. I think I just like took the game on momentum. They tried to make mid ground, but I really just pushed the advantage there. And yeah, just was able to do a lot of damage afterward. Thunderous Incarnate Form, Landis Variant, Xianpao, Fluttermane, Brew Bonnet, and the Heatran. Very interesting team. Okay, how do I want to perform against this? They have Fluttermane, so I gotta watch out, but otherwise, like, Dragon Energy can sweep their team. Thunderous is a little bit annoying because Thunder Wave is, of course, a big factor here. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are my best options? I feel like it's probably the Sneasler plus the Regidrago combination. I like the idea of Fake Out plus Dragon Energy immediately. I do think it's like really solid. Landorus, I'm not too big a fan of. It doesn't do nearly as much. I mean, it can intimidate a few Pokemon, but like, I could see it being used. It's definitely a position. I feel like I want Entity because I want to prevent the Thunders from doing anything like these Thunder Wave Scary Face into my Regidrago, which could be really, really annoying. I need Fluttermane answers, so I'm definitely bringing Gold for sure. And I feel like I want Sneasler as a backup one because I think I need to like eliminate the Fluttermane really quickly. So I'm not too sure about how this matchup is going to perform here. I'm going to just try my best and see how well I can position Regidrago and I think that's going to be a big thing. The thing is, if they don't leave Flutter Mane, they risk a lot, and I could try to capitalize a lot with like Dire Claw and Dragon Energy. So let's see. Gonna be the Flutter Mane lead with Thundurus. Okay, which isn't a bad lead for me. I do lead Regidrago plus Sneasler, and I don't see a problem with just going for the Dire Claw into the Flutter Mane straight up and just hard switching out into Indeedee, and I really like that option. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. This could be like really scripted, but I don't really want to risk too much from the Regidrago immediately. We're gonna see the hard switch into Landers to get the Intimidate off, which makes a lot of sense here. And I wonder what Flutter Mane's gonna do. Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast make a lot of sense here. I am gonna get my Unburden, which is nice. I wonder, I feel like I should ask me the Flutter Mane, but we'll find out, I suppose. Bring in the Indeedee for the Psychic Terrain. So now Thundurus can't set up anything unless they get rid of Terrain with like Ice Spinner. Psychic Seed gonna activate. Let's see what the Flutter Mane does here. It's not gonna Tera, that's for sure. Nice, I get a Dire Claw off in the Flutter Mane. Not much damage though. Oh, big sleep. Big sleep. Okay. That's interesting. That is interesting. Well, they can't EQ. They can Stomping though. I think they are probably going to Stomping here. I think I'm just going to go for a Psychic into the Landorus. Do I? Okay. Who do I think is in the back? I feel like it's Xianpao. But if it's like Brute Bonnet or Heatran, because if it's Xianpao, I could Trick Room. If it's the other two, I can't really. I feel like I just go for a Protect Psychic into Landorus and get some damage into it. I want to scout if Flutter Mane would switch out or not, but it's going to stay in, which is fine. Okay. All right. Stays asleep. U-turn is fine. We get to see who's coming in. They take Rocky Helmet Chip too, which is nice. If it's like Focus Sash or something. All right. And U-turn did a lot of damage though, actually. There's no way you go Xianpao here, right? Well, if you go Xianpao, that's fine. Thundurus? Wild Bolt Storm makes a lot of sense to me. Heatran, okay. I have the special defense boost, so I'm not like too concerned about the Heatran, but it's good to know the fourth Mon here. Psychic for some decent chip. I'm gonna go for my Dire Claw straight into the Flutter Mane, and I'm gonna go for Helping Hand. This could be like Heatran switching out on a Landis Variant again for another round of Intimidate, and then just trying to buy Wake Up turns for the Flutter Mane. I think makes a lot of sense here. They could also switch out the Flutter Mane into Landers, which I could definitely see. Which I think might be the case here, which is fine too, because like Heat Wave knocking out the Indeedee means a free switch for me, and I get like 2 chances for Dire Claw to get something like really dumb here. Like we already got another Dire Claw, so let's see. Dire Claw again. Helping Hand gonna come out from the Indeedee into the Sneasler, and no Protect from Heatran, so they played aggressive with the Heatran. Decent damage. Earth Power gonna come out, but I have Spit Def. Yep. Yeah. I think I just want to protect here and go for a... Yeah, I just don't want to lose this Pokemon. Like, there are definitely win cons where I just like hope that Flutter Mane stays asleep, which is definitely possible. Just gonna fire off a Psychic into the Landers. I don't want to get caught by Protect EQ. Let's see. Oh, wow. They went for U-turn into the Sneasler and Heat Wave? I could have went for Helping in Close Combat, so I wasn't expecting that. Psychic into the Landers. Wait, they are slower than my Indeedee. Okay, Earth Power. Into the Indeedee, picks up the knockout. That's fine. That actually works out huge for me. All right. I get to go on to Regidrago, and then I think I get to play a mind game with the Heatran, whether it Terras or not, because I can Earth Power the Heatran if it stays in. I think I'm definitely Dire Clawing the Landers. The question is, what am I doing with you? Am I going for Dragon Energy or am I going for Earth Power? I kind of just want to fire out the Dragon Energy realistically. And I think it's fine too. Let's see. Maybe I should have maybe I should have Terra'd my Sneasler just so I avoid the Earth Power, but then again, I don't think it's like that big of a deal. No, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Most are back. Thundurus, we have Psychic Terrain up, so I'm not as concerned about it. I just don't know if they Tera. We're gonna find out they Tera. They're not Tera Flutter Mane doesn't really change anything here. I guess maybe it can knock out the Regidrago, which could change, I guess, the situation. They are playing aggressive, but they got me. I was thinking of Earth Power or not, but I did not. Or maybe they're Shucker Berries. If they're Shucker Berry, they didn't have to like be concerned about it. Dragon Energy gonna come out into the Heatran. Man, if I Tera it, I might have knocked out. That's insane. Flamethrower. Wait, that does that KO? It does not. Psychic Terrain disappears. Okay. Which is fine for me, because if they go Thunderous, I'm clicking Close Combat into Heatran and Dragon Energy, and then I've done my job with my Regidrago. Okay, that's fine. I'm going for the Close Combat into Heatran, and I'm going for the Dragon Energy. They could protect the Heatran, which is fair. And if they protect Heatran and go for like Wild Bolt Storm, let's say, then I just need my Gholdengo to put in a lot more work. Or maybe the sleep turns have to matter. We're going to see a Tera, though, from the Thunderous, actually. Wow. Tera Steel. Interesting endgame situation. All right. Scary Face into Regidrago? Okay. I close comment to Heatran, so this worked out beautifully. Okay, they have Chople. I should still KO even with the Intims. Yeah, I KO'd Heatran. Nice. I think I win the game. It's hard to say. I think I do win the game. Heatran goes down to the close combat from the Chople, and Dragon Energy is single target into the Thunderous. I'm going to Tera Steel my Gholdengo. Thunderous took a lot. It's not Citrus on the Thunderous. I can Earth Power it. Flutter Mane going to come back in. I'm not worried about the Flutter Mane. Does the Thunderous have Protect, I guess? I mean, I just Earth Power the Thunderous and I go for Close Combat to Thunderous. They wake up with Flutter Mane. All right. Protect. Okay, that's the best case scenario because I did not target the Flutter Mane. Close Combat is going to knock out the Thunderous, pick up the knockout, because I knew if I got rid of Thunderous and I Tera Steel to Gholdengo, like I secured a win that way, because like Tera Steel Gholdengo doesn't get knocked out by the Flutter Mane. If the Flutter Mane went for Dazzling Gleam, it would still do a chunk to Regidrago, but I don't know if the Thunderous can actually finish off the Regidrago afterward and Earth Power KOs the Thunderous, I imagine. So I think I still had the game sealed up that way, but yeah. Dire Claw bailing me out here, but you know, it is that kind of move. Although I still think the game could have still been interesting even without it. But yeah, we're getting all the statuses with the Dire Claw and Dazzling Gleam. Let's see how much it did to Regidrago. Yeah, I don't think Thunderous was picking up a knockout at that range regardless. So even if they Dazzle Gleamed earlier, I don't think it changed much. Earth Power going to come out into the Flutter Mane. Also, they never got the... They also never went for the Scary Face. They had the Scary Face, I think, and Dazzling Gleam. And even then, Dazzling Gleam crit didn't look like a knockout Regidrago since it was Speed Booster. And the Thunderous was just like, okay. You had the Scary Face, the Sneasler to prevent being knocked out because I outspeed the Flutter Mane with the Unburden and I close combat knock up the Thunderous. So felt like it was pretty safe for the win. And Dire Claw. Grimmsnarl, Galarian, Moltres, Mousehold, Flutter Mane, or Shifu, Iron Hands. Is this Population Bomb Mousehold or is this Friend Guard? I can't tell on this team. I feel like it would be Friend Guard with Galarian Moltres Nasty Plot setup, but I am not 100% certain. The Gholdengo Sneasler combination looks really good here. I really do like Gholdengo Sneasler. They do not have the best switch-ins for it. So I think that's what I want to go here. And in the back, Indeedee, I don't think it's like too useful. I like Regidrago for sure. Last mon is pretty tricky. I don't know if it's Landers or Torn here. The Landers, it switches in what? It can switch into Flutter Mane, but it's not like taking the Flutter Mane attacks really well depending on the Flutter Mane set. It helps against Iron Hands, which is like maybe like an actual reason to bring it. I like the idea of it's either Torn or maybe even Indeedee. I could see Indeedee being brought here, or the Psychic against the fighting types as well as the redirection. I think I like Torn better. I might be wrong. I think Indeedee might help, but let's see. I'm gonna just try it out. I'm not gonna have the Unburden, but the only fast Pokemon they really have is the Flutter Mane, unless the Mousehold is actually Population Bomb. If it's Population Bomb, I still have Torn, and I still have, I guess, the Gholdengo. But yeah, I'm not exactly 100% certain. We'll figure it out as we play along, I suppose. I just want to dish out as much damage as I possibly can. Maybe a fake out, make it rain, dish out a lot, close combat afterward. We'll figure it out from here. I do like Regidrago a lot. Regidrago can dish out a lot of damage. It just depends on the Flutter main specifically. Like what fast can I eliminate him on? Gholdengo, Mouse Hold. Okay. Or Mouse Hold plus C or Shifu. So I do have a fake out. I do like the idea of faking out the or Shifu immediately. Oh, it's darker Shifu. I didn't think it was dark. Huh. They protect. I guess it's interesting if they protect or not. Because I can fake out the Urshifu and make it rain. I guess that's fine. I'm going to go for the fake out, make it rain. They're going to retreat Urshifu, so something's coming in to take the make it rain. It's going to be the Iron Hands, which is fine. All right. Also going to protect. All right, that's completely fine. So I get some free damage in the Iron Hands. I can protect the Sneasler the following turn to scout for like what moves that they really have here. It has to be Flutter Mane as the last, right? I get to put these Pokemon into range of potential Torn plus the Regidrago. I'm going to protect the Sneasler and I'm just going to go for a Make It Rain. I don't know if it's Population Bomb Mousehold, but I'm not going to risk it. Should have probably figured out if this is Assault Vest Iron Hands or not. I'm not sure on this team. It could be Swords Dance. We'll find out. I'm going to protect the Scout for Population Bomb. They go for Baby Doll Eyes. Okay, so it's just support like I thought it was going to be. All right, beautiful. And we go for and Make It Rain and get some decent damage off into their team. Nice. Really good damage in the Mousehold and the Iron Hands as well. Okay, they Thunder Punch my gold, which is smart. Crit is kind of unfortunate for me, but all right. I'm going to Dire Claw the Iron Hands, and I think I definitely want to swap here. Maybe harden a Regidrago. I'm okay with Regidrago taking damage because I can go into Flutter Mane. I can go for Dragon Energy into Dire Claw. So let's go for the Regidrago. I'm Dire Clawing the Iron Hands in case they protect, but it looks like they Baby Doll Eyes again, the Sneasler, which is okay. Dire Claw into hands. Do we get any statuses? Poison. Okay. Thunder Punch again? Or into Sneasler this time? Yeah, that's fine. Because I survived. That's a big one. I'm gonna go for close combat in the... Do I think the Mousehold is fat? No, the Mousehold has to be bulky. The specs... I think it has to be bulky at least. I do kind of want to go for a close combat into the Mousehold, and I kind of want to Earth Power the Iron Hand slot. Because there should be Flutter Mane coming in. Oh, wow. No, not the case. They go for a Super Fang, which is fine into Drago. I get a close combat off into the Mousehold. Pick up the knock on the Mousehold. Okay. Depends on their Shifu set. Rocky Helmet, which is fine. I get the Earth Power KO off into the Iron Hands. It's going to pick up the knock on the Iron Hands at least. I didn't think they were actually faster. The speed actually changes a lot here. So this is Urshifu into... This is the problem with the crit from... Oh, wait, no. It's Galarian Moltres. Wait, they did not bring Flutter Mane. Which is actually, like, huge. Hey, Urshifu. Interesting. I don't know how this endgame plays then. I'm going to close combat the Urshifu, and I think I'm just going to Dragon Energy. I feel like a lot of the game plan I'm going to have to bank on anyway. Just hoping that they are... Okay, Scarf or Shifu? I'm expecting Scarf. Okay, so I lose that, which is fine. A Nasty Plot, which is really greedy, actually. Okay. I think I win, because if it's Scarf or Shifu, I just Dragon Energy, I get the free damage off. Because I was thinking, like, they had to be band locked, I think, in order to win, but they're Scarf locked, apparently. Unless my Sneasler is slower? Yeah, it's not slower than Urshifu. Okay. I go Torn now. And I go for a Tailwind and a Dragon Energy. Yeah, a Tailwind, Dragon Energy, super safe here. So I get the Tailwind up. I should outspeed the Urshifu with the Regidrago. Dragon Energy KO the Urshifu. Yep, perfect. Goodbye Urshifu. Galarian Moltres is under half, so it's going to get Berserk, but I have a Citrus Berry on my Torn. I guess they still have... Did they have Tera? Yeah, they still have Tera, I guess. So I guess it's not over yet. Citrus Berry. They're going to KO here. The Regidrago. Fire Wrath. I don't think Tera Dragon would have KO... Why did that not KO the Torn? Or bring it down to Sash? Okay. A little bit surprised because that's +3 Galarian Moltres. I know Galarian Moltres is weak, but yeah, huh. Okay, we're going for Bleak Wind Storm, and we're going to go for the Tera Make It Rain. Let's see if the Galarian Moltres has a Tera that resists Steel. Water is the big one, but I think with the combination of 2 attacks, I should KO it here. Like if it was Water, then I guess I had to Thunderbolt, but I have like no idea what Tera they run here. It could be like Poison. There are a lot of different Teras on Galarian Moltres I've seen. Okay, it looks like it's not either. So Choice Specs Make It Rain would have just KO'd. The Galarian Moltres is going to feint to the Storm plus the Make It Rain under the Tailwind, and no Flutter Mane. That's super bold right there to not bring the Flutter Mane against a... They had a Flutter Mane, right? I'm not crazy. They had a Flutter Mane, I'm pretty sure, against a Regidrago team, but able to pull through very convincingly. Luckily, it was a Choice Locked Urshifu like I had a suspicion. I didn't think it was Scarf. I thought it'd be Banded, and I thought I'd be able to close combat knockout, but since it was Scarf, they had to go for that. Like, and then they Nasty Plot. If they didn't Nasty Plot, the game didn't really change that much, I think, either way, because they didn't have the defensive type on, looks like the Galarian Moltres, because I think, like, I just go into Torn, I get the Tailwind up, I Dragon Pulse knockout the Urshifu, because I don't think Fiery Wrath was picking up the knockout with Drago. Like, that Fiery Wrath was so weak, even if they flinched, I guess, but I think Dragon Pulse could knock out Urshifu. Tailwind, and then just Choice Specs Make It Rain, I think, finishes off from there. Grimmsnarl, Sylveon, Heatran, Landorus Fairy, Zapdos, Dundozo. Okay. So double Fairy. We do have the Gholdengo, but they do have Heatran, which I do have to respect the Heatran. So there's like a few things that could happen here. I kind of want to go with Gholdengo plus the Sneasler, because if they do lead the Heatran, I do have close combat to pressure. And if they don't Tera, like, or if they don't Tera, like, the close combat's gonna nuke it. So I think that's pretty strong here. I like the Regidrago on the back. It does a lot of damage. And then last Pokemon's tough. It's between the Tornadus or the Landorus. Landorus is a better switch in, but Tornadus Tailwind seems really good to help out against the Zapdos. And Icy Wind support's also like pretty nice. So I think I can deal with having no Landorus in this game. Let's find out how this is going to be approached here. I'm just going to try to dish out as much damage as I possibly can with the Sneasler plus the with the Regidrago and Gholdengo combination. Like, I'm really just trying to pick up like really quick knockouts. So if we force Teras as well from like Sylveon or Grimmsnarl, then we can just like Dragon Energy through their team. Zapdos plus Landorus is going to lead, okay, against Gholdengo and my Sneasler, which is absolutely fine here. And yeah, I feel pretty happy about this because like turn 1, I can just go for a Fake Out into the Landorus. I can go for a Shadow Ball or Make It Rain, depending on like what I exactly want to go for. I feel like Landorus would probably want to switch out to Heatran. I feel like the Fake Out's super obvious. Do I really want to go for that Play-Doh? It's like super aggressive and not necessary. I think I kind of want to... I think Fake Out's fine in a Landorus. I think I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball. Maybe a Shadow Ball is fine. I get some decent chip in his Zapdos though. I think... You know what? Let's go for a Make It Rain actually. Because the Make It Rain should put the Zapdos into range of the Dragon Energy anyway, like guaranteed, without a Tera. Right, let's see a Tera on the Landorus, actually. Don't tell me a Tera Ghost. Oh, the Tera Water, okay. Which is fine. I do get to Fake Out the Landorus, and I am able to get a Dragon Energy off, and or Make It Rain off, and I still get some pretty decent damage across the board, so I'll happily take this. I can preserve Gholdengo later on. Tailwind? Yep, Tailwind is going to come out from Zapdos, which is not too surprising. Yep, all right. And Make It Rain for some pretty decent damage here. Yeah, that's a really good amount of damage. That's not a Solvest Landorus, so that's good to confirm. Okay. Unless they hard read me here, I think my best play is just to protect the Sneasler and go out in a Tornadus and get a Tailwind up myself. And then I'm in a really good position with Dragon Energy plus make it rain. Like if I get those two next to each other, it's really bad for them. So let's bring out our Tornadus. Let's protect our Sneasler. Maybe it would have been better to sack the Sneasler so I got a free switch, but we'll see. You go for the Earthquake. Yep. But I think this is still pretty good. Is this a Thunderbolt double up in the Sneasler to cover for a Tera? Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Really, really good. All right. Beautiful. I like that turn a lot. I wonder if Close Combat can knock out the Landorus. Like, I feel like it maybe could. Because that Landorus is not bulky. That's for certain. I think I might want to just risk it. Let's go for Close Combat. Let's go for a Tailwind here and just see. So I will get the Tailwind up with the Tornadus. Get a Close Combat and a Landorus. Oh, it's Scarf. Okay. Scarf is interesting to play around, but that's fine. So they can't hit my Tornadus no matter what. That's actually really good information. And the Zapdos is going to go for a Thunderbolt. All right. Into my Torn. I am able to tank it just fine. Okay. I go out in a Regidrago, and I think I'm just clicking Icy Wind into the Dragon Energy. Yeah. Earthquake's not doing too much damage to me. I'm like pretty sure. The Landorus also has like a really decent chance to just switch out into a Fairy type, I think. I'm going to Dragon Energy and just Icy Wind. I feel like I'd also KO the Zapdos as long as it's not Citrus Berry, even if I take an Earthquake here. Because the Icy Wind will affect the speed, and then Dragon Energy should get a double knockout here. And if they switch into Fairy type, as long as the Zapdos doesn't protect, I think I'm okay. But we'll see. I imagine Sylveon and Grim are in the back, but I do have Gholdengo. Gholdengo Make It Rain is just going to destroy the team afterward as well. So it's really just depending on like how well my opponent can position. Like what Pokemon do they have in the back and how well can they position against the Regidrago. Landorus is going to retreat, so my gut instinct is correct. This should be a Fairy type Sylveon. Yep. Perfect. And Icy Wind is going to come out into the Zapdos, pick up the knockout on the Zapdos with the Dragon Energy, which I did go for. Were you Citrus Berry? Yeah, it wasn't Citrus Berry. So I am able to Dragon Energy. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Helmet Zapdos. Goodbye, Zapdos. Beautiful. Okay. I also still have Tera, so I can still go for the Tera, Make It Rain. And Tailwind peters out. Okay, perfect. So this is Heatran coming out, which is interesting. All right. So I can't switch into anything specifically. I think I'm just going to protect the Regidrago, and I'm just going to Icy Wind. Yeah, I'm going to Icy Wind here, and I'm going to Icy Wind and protect. And hopefully they give me the free swap. I think they're probably hyper voicing unless they have sub. Heatran protects, which is fine. It depends on how fast our Heatran is. I don't think the Heatran will be fast enough to live like Earth power from my attacks, but we'll see. Icy Wind going to come out of Sylveon. I want to cover the Landorus just in case. We're going to see Tera Blast. Oh, and a Regidrago. Smart. Okay. Smart. I'm gonna go for an Earth Power into the Heatran, I suppose, and just go for a Tailwind, or should I protect? I feel Earth Power, Bleak Wind Storm is also not a bad. Well, they could Hyper Voice here. I need to make sure I have a speed advantage, I think, against the Landorus overall, because I think I gotta make sure that happens. I just don't know if the Heatran switches out. Do they know the team? I think my best play is to Tailwind. Yeah, I think I Tailwind here. Okay. Oh, wait, I had Tailwind up. I meant... Never mind. Never mind. That was bad. That was really bad. Earth Power going to come out of Heatran, though. Does bring it pretty low. Special Defense Drop is nice, but not necessary. Heat Wave Terra Blast is going to come out. Did I mess this up? I did. I did by not going for Break Wind Storm, didn't I? Terra Blast. This is a Fairy type move because of Pixelate. Okay. Are you leftovers, Heatran? Yeah. Gonna come down to a few factors. Down Peter's out. Going in a gold here. So does the Sylveon have Helping Hand? Does Make It Rain finish off the Heatran? I feel like with this Spadef drop, it definitely is. We're going to go for the Tera Make It Rain. We have a very fast Gholdengo. The thing is, they could sack both Pokemon here, and then single target Earthquake could finish me off. So I'm hoping that they don't figure that end game and probably try to protect the Heatran. That's probably like my best out, but we'll find out. And the Tera steal the Gholdengo, go for Make It Rain. We are really fast Gholdengo, so we should be able to outspeed. I don't think the Spadef drop mattered here. Okay, they protect. Did they protect the Sylveon too? Or no? Okay, so they don't have single target Earthquake for a win con against the Gholdengo. All right. Just gonna come down to, does Gholdengo pick up the knockout and survive, I guess, Stomping Tantrum? Unless they have Rock Tomb, I suppose, on the Landers, or some kind of speed control move. Because the Landers was super low from earlier. I think that Make It Rain should still be able to KO. Because now we still have Tera on the Gholdengo. And it's like we're neutral, so... It's close. The Make It Rain's close. If we don't pick up the knockout onto Landers, it's over. But it is Scarf, so it can't protect. So they can't do like Protect Sack here. You get the special attack drop. So Stomping Tantrum is going to come out from the Landers. Gholdengo should survive one. Yep, okay, so... Let's see. Make It Rain gonna come out from the Gholdengo, and we pick up the knockout into the Heatran. Ooh, we missed the knockout on both. Unfortunate. All right. Here we're gonna finish off the Gholdengo. Yeah, a little bit of a mess up. If I break Wind Storm plus go for the attack, I think I just win the game, because obviously the Tornadus is still around. Gholdengo is alive. Can go for the Make It Rain. Because like the Heatran goes down. Of course, we have to assume we hit the Break Wind Storm, but I do think like it's really likely to. I don't know why. I thought like I didn't have Tailwind up for some reason when I clicked it. I think I looked at the stats too, like on my side, and it did reveal Tailwind. I think if I just click Break Wind Storm and Earth Power, I just OHKO the Heatran. Then the Landers is forced in, and then since we're not -1 Gholdengo, Tera Steel, Make It Rain, just clean up the field. So kind of a dumb decision on my part, but yeah. I think that should have been a win that I think we had, but like, yeah. Not the greatest end game from me. All right, let's go over to games. Game 1 had a great lead start and pushed the advantage while not giving my opponent any opportunities to come back with strong spread damage pressure. In game 2, Dire Claw Sleep was huge onto the Flutter Mane, with the key turn was getting the psychic damage into Landers, making Intimidate Sneasel still a huge threat into the weakened Pokemon. Game 3, eliminating the Iron Hands and Mousehold allowed Regidrago to chip my opponent's remainder Pokemon, setting up for a Tailwind Gholdengo sweep. In game 4, I played a really strong early game, playing around their Tailwind and positioning my Mons, while finding out that the Landers being Choice Scarf was huge for a setup. However, probably was a game that I should have been able to have a really good chance of winning if I hit the Bleak Wind Storm and went for it, but I accidentally thought Tailwind wasn't up, so I ended up clicking Tailwind and ended up throwing away my Torrent to lose the game. Regidrago is so strong. Dragon Energy with the Dragon Small, absolutely insane. It's incredible that they didn't nerf this Pokemon alongside the LAIC, but it's absolutely crazy. Sneasel was really fun with the Dire Claw that really caught my opponents. You know, we had some surprise Dire Claws, and you know what? That move is pretty dumb. A bit of roulette there. And Gholdengo, of course, Make It Rain plus Dragon Energy. It's just really hard to switch into. Like, no matter what. Unless you're Heatran. And even if you're Heatran, you can't really switch into Earth Powers. So, very, very awesome team. If you do want to try it out, the rental code is on your screen. You can check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description. And, of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.